Do you know a pregnant woman can never be sentenced to a death sentence? 2 women fighting over her husband. One lives in Nairobi, armed with a knife, attacks the other one, stabs her, and kills her. Men are the ones who carry knives at the waist. A woman carrying a knife at her waist. Oh my God. Have you ever fought for a husband? Have you ever fought for your boyfriend? Have you fought for a man? Because the man does not want you. He wants another woman. What happened? The judge sentenced her to death. So the prison guys came and told the judge, that lady is expectant. The judge said, I have nothing to do. This is a case. Now we are dealing with a prisoner who was convicted to death. She has given birth twice in prison. In Kenya, unlike South Africa and America, we don't have the visitation rights of husbands. Conjugal rights are not provided for in prison. How did this woman get pregnant? Twice. So the question is, have you seen those women facing the offense of robbery? When they have been put on their defense, a good lawyer will advise them, go and conceive, as a way to avoid going for sentence. What did the judge, 3 judges order? We hereby direct that a copy of this judgment be sent by the deputy registrar to the commandant of prisons at the headquarters in Nairobi to investigate how a woman in remand or prison can get pregnant. Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer, where we are dealing with a question of death sentence. Do you know a pregnant woman can never be sentenced to a death sentence, whether she kills you? Husbands, are you aware if your pregnant wife stabs you dead, she will never be sentenced to death? Why? People asking, Wakili, why? That is a discrimination. Article 27 says all are equal. My friend, the Penal Code, section 211, says no death penalty can be administered or can be imposed on a woman who is pregnant, who is expectant, before a court of law. Vivian told me this can't happen. How? This is the question that went to the Court of Appeal at Nyeri, sitting in Meru. This is the Judge Visram of the Court of Appeal, Justice Martha Koome. Then she had not become a Chief Justice, and Justice Otieno-Odek. May God rest Professor. Peace is his soul in eternal peace. What are the facts? The key testimony in support of the charge against the appellant was given by PW2 Doris Kairundi. She says, I come from Murinthu in Meru. I knew Mercy Kawira, the deceased. She was married to my brother, Stanley Murigi. I came to know Frida Kanui, the accused, the day she stabbed Mercy. I can see her in court. It was around 9 a.m. when I saw her. On 25th December 2008, just after 9 a.m., I was at home. Mercy came to visit her child because she had disagreed with her husband a few months before, about 3 months. After disagreeing, Mercy went to Nairobi. Then when she came to see her child, Mercy entered the house. The child was in the grandmother's house. She had brought clothes to the child. As we talked with Mercy, Frida came out of Mwirigi's house. I saw Frida come out of Mwirigi's house. From my house to Mwirigi's house is like from court entrance door to judge's door 10 meters. Our doors don't face each other, but one can see clearly. Frida and Mercy were quarreling over the husband. These were two women fighting over a husband. Mercy was saying she should be given back her house. Mercy was saying those things at my doorstep. Frida said she did not know anything about the house. It was my first time to see Frida. When she came out of my brother's house, Frida stabbed Mercy as Mercy stood beside me. I saw Frida push me aside to reach Mercy. Frida hit Mercy and Mercy started protecting herself. In less than few minutes, I saw Frida pull out a knife from her waist. She first stabbed Mercy on her hand. In a flash, Frida stabbed Mercy on the neck and left the knife struck on the neck. Frida then ran away. I can identify the knife. A brutal attack. Two women fighting over her husband. One lives in Nairobi, armed with a knife, attacks the other one, stabs her, and kills her. Very. That is them. The second witness says, Isaac Murungari, says, I was outside my house, which is in the same compound. I saw Frida come out running from Stanley Mwirigi's house. I was not aware there was anyone in Mwirigi's house. I heard Frida ask Mercy, will you ever abuse me again? Within no time, Mercy fell down. I did not hear Mercy answer Frida. I saw Frida stab Mercy with this knife. When Mercy fell down, I saw a knife stuck on her neck. That knife was eventually pushed out by gushing blood. Oh my God. I had not seen the knife before then. Frida wanted to run away, but I blocked her and she fell down. She then ran into Jane's house. Two eyewitnesses. So this lady who went to Nairobi, she came, the husband had brought another woman in the house. She knew there was another woman in the house. She attacked. She carried a knife from Nairobi. Remember the episode we did of Ivy? The boy left with an axe from Thika to Moi University to kill the girl. Here, this lady moved from Nairobi with a knife, fighting over her husband. Have you ever fought for a husband? Have you ever fought for your boyfriend? Have you fought for a man? Because the man does not want you. He wants another woman. What happened? The judge, Justice Lesit, could not entertain this. The judge sentenced her to death. Even you, what could you do? Aggrieved, they went to the Court of Appeal to challenge the conviction and to challenge the sentence. So the judges said, you want to challenge the conviction? What did the judges of the Court of Appeal say in paragraph 17? The fact that the appellant was having a knife tucked at her waist has caused us concern. Men are the ones who carry knives at the waist. A woman carrying a knife at her waist. The judges got concerned. When the appellant shoved and pushed aside PW2 and started attacking the deceased, the inescapable inference is that she intended to assault the deceased and no one else. If at all there was any provocation, when the appellant removed the knife from her waist and started using it on the deceased, she was no longer the victim of provocation, but taking control of the situation and being in charge. When you take control of a situation, you are conscious and you are acting intentionally. What did the judges do? In paragraph 21, what did the judge do? In the instant case, the appellant was sentenced to death on 17th November 2011. The record shows that on 6th December 2011, the prison authorities gave the trial judge a visit after the appellant had been sentenced and informed the court that the appellant was expectant. The courts are telling the court, the prison are telling the judge, do you know the person you jailed is now expectant? The trial court stated that this information came long after the sentence and the court was funked as official, and interfering with the sentence could tantamount to sitting on an appeal on its own sentence. So the prison guys came and told the judge, that lady is expectant. The judge said, I have nothing to do. Under the law, we will be dealing with what is funked as official. Once a judge has pronounced itself, we did it an explainer where the judge breaks the pen. If you sentence somebody to death, you break the pen. You can never again revisit that matter unless it goes to another court. So Justice Visram told them, sorry, I have nothing to do. The file is closed. They can only go on an appeal. And interfering with the sentence would be tantamount to sitting on appeal. In our considered view, given the facts and the information before this trial court, the court did not make a mistake in stating that it was funked as official. That is true. The trial of the appellant came to an end on the date of the sentence, and the court had no further jurisdiction over the matter. So the Court of Appeal found that Justice Visram was right. But the judges went further. We note that even the appellant did not bring to the attention of the trial court that she was expectant. So the question is your person facing murder and she's expectant? Has she told the judge that she's expectant? This is a personal question. Many women will keep quiet. They will not say they are expectant. Like our case here, this woman never told the judge that she was expectant. At the time of the hearing of this appeal, surprisingly, oh my God, this court was informed that the appellant had given birth to a second child in prison. The next episode, we are going to look at the police women who were chased from the training college, who impregnated them. This is a case. Now we are dealing with a prisoner who was convicted to death. She has given birth twice in prison. In Kenya, unlike South Africa and America, we don't have the visitation rights of husbands. Conjugal rights are not provided for in prison. How did this woman get pregnant? Twice. This is now coming before the current Chief Justice. That time, she was a Court of Appeal judge. Then they move on to say, it is tried law. And I repeat, it is tried law. That is section 211 of the Penal Code, that a pregnant woman cannot be sentenced to death. A pregnant woman cannot be sentenced to death. Taking into account the specific facts of this case, we are satisfied that the death sentence meted on the appellant is an illegal sentence. The Penal Code of Kenya's Cap 6 free Section 2211 reads, sentence of death not to be passed on pregnant women. Where a woman convicted of an offense punishable with death is found in accordance with the provisions of Section 12 to be pregnant, the sentence to be passed on her shall be a sentence of imprisonment for life instead of a sentence of death. You can never sentence a pregnant woman. So the question is, have you seen those women facing the offense of robbery? When they have been put on their defense, a good lawyer will advise them, go and conceive. Because if you are convicted, you can never be sentenced to death. So if you look at all those women, when they have been put on their defense, you'll see them pregnant. Those who have been charged with the offense of murder, normally when they have been put on their defense, they will conceive as a way to avoid going for sentence. But in this case we are dealing, she conceived while in prison. So the question, how did the judge deal with that question? The judges said the totality of our evaluation of the evidence on record and the applicable law is that we dismiss the appellant's appeal against conviction. On sentence, we hereby set aside the death sentence and substitute it under the provisions of Section 211 of the Penal Code with a term of imprisonment for life. For avoidance of doubt, the conviction of the appellant for the charge of murder is upheld. The appellant is sentenced to serve a life imprisonment. In this case, the appellant became pregnant twice while in the custody of prison authorities. What did the free judges order? We hereby direct that a copy of this judgment be sent by the deputy registrar to the commandant of prisons at the headquarters in Nairobi to investigate how a woman in remand or prison can get pregnant. Wakili Danza Nomari brings it as it is. It's not me. It is the law. And this is the case we are going to deal with. How did the police cadets, police recruits get pregnant at Kiganjo? Wakili Danza Nomari bringing to you the second episode over the weekend. Keep watching, keep entertained, but always know the law from us at no cost. Thank you.